Yo, I need to do my closer's progress, and then I think I'll play some Power Rangers. Although you cannot block low on Power Rangers right now, so that game is like really chaotic. I was out busy doing a lot of stuff today and on my part-time job, and I couldn't figure out why it seemed like I was blocking low, and the game just like I kept getting hit. I am sure they're aware. People are complaining about it and stuff. It's just... It's a console game, so they can't patch it as quickly as they'd like. I've been enjoying playing it, though. I played, like, probably think I played, like, 10 or 15 matches today. My kitty-sitting job, which, makes things harder because one of the little girls, she punches my Switch when I'm playing on it because she gets jealous and she wants attention. And she did that during one of my matches. just jumped on my lap out of nowhere and started punching it and getting in the way. Yeah, they had a cosplay contest like last week, but I've just been busy. There's just been so many damn projects for me to do. I just didn't have time to get to it. I'm pretty sure I would have won. I put a lot of effort into this package, or this costume. Rico, I bought most of the hypothetical DLC for Dynasty Warriors 9 with my some of my birthday money, so I will be playing that game again soon. I hope next month's update is actually going to be something substantial. I still think the end game is like really lacking. The game's still fun to play. I like the things that they're adding and stuff, but I'm just like kind of out of stuff to do at this point. I just kind of like play it aimlessly with no goal. There's no objective or anything. It's just play it, which is fine. There's too many games now. Kind of like this one where you need to like log on every day and do all this stuff, and if you don't log on you miss out. That's kind of why this is the only service game I play right now. I quit PSO2 and DFO. I might try PSO2 again, but DFO I really have no interest in ever going back to. I pretty much have retired that game. I'll try the new class on PSO2 most likely, as long as I don't have to grind for like 10 months to like actually get good gears. Obviously all my stuff's been power creeped out of the game at this point. Pretty sure nothing I have on my characters anymore is relevant now. It's been like 2 years since I played. Closer to 3 years. Yes, it's Kamen Rider Meteor, who was like basically Tokusatsu Bruce Lee. Like, exactly. That's exactly what he was. He had like the 1-inch punch. He had a really badass rider kick, and then he had an upgrade form that kind of ruined it because he looked like Chris-chan Sonichu, and he used a bow staff really awkwardly. But the base form is like really cool. I think one of my favorite like Tokusatsu designs. He was a cool character too. He just kind of got shafted with his power upgrade. pretty weak sauce. Was not I was very disappointed when that show was airing. Okay, so I can only do that once a day, so that means on Friday I'll make a video and I'll be able to hit Task Force. So that's pretty cool. Let's see if I can put some of this junk on the auction house, and then I'm going to go ahead and probably transfer over to the Switch. Let's see. No, I've got some trash to get rid of. Try to have a little bit of money when Buy comes out, since I'm not really buying many games at all next month. I've still got to finish DMD on DMC5. I still have to play the Bloody Palace when that comes out. And Power Rangers, hopefully they'll work on that game and make it better, and the DLC characters will come out. And then there's the new weapons. New weapons on Dynasty Warriors 9 are probably going to drop in a week or two, so I'll be playing that again. This is like the first time I've had this much of a backlog. Normally I finish my projects like really quickly, but there's just been too much shit going on. I don't know, Power Rangers I kind of just got because I'm a Power Rangers fan, and I like versus fighting games. It is very fun to play, it's just very janky. No, I'm not really going to be making videos for that game. Just play it for fun. I'll put up matches and stuff. It's a very bare bones game. There's there's no replays or anything, which is kind of annoying for me. I like when Switch fighting games actually have replays, because it makes it easier to just dump the matches up on YouTube later, and I can add commentary and stuff like that. You can't do that on that game. The online features are very bare bones. There's no lobbies. You can't even invite your friends. And people on Ranked are abusing all the stuff that's going to get patched out of the game. Well, it's kind of a bummer, really. I have a ton of stuff in here. What the hell? Yeah, I have been dealing with a little bit of hand cramps. The doctor did not think it was tendonitis, but I'm not really taking any risks, so I've been doing other things. I walked 5 miles today to do errands and play a little bit of Power Rangers, and then I did my my part-time job, babysitting the kitties. I played some Power Rangers over there too. I'm feeling mostly better. I haven't really done much gaming at all the past few days. I've been on ibuprofen. No, I'm pretty much back to normal now. It's probably just maybe by Thursday I'll be 100%, but I don't want to make it, I heard you can't make it worse. It's just that if you overuse your hands, or whatever hand is ailing you, then it doesn't get better. So it's better to really kind of cut back whatever it is you do that cause it. And for me, a lot of it is caused by the way I sleep. I have a very bad sleeping position, and I've been working pretty hard over the past few months to change that. But when you sleep in the same position for 30 plus years and then suddenly need to change it, it's easier said than done. So the alternative is to just not do 17 hours of gaming, which I never really do in the first place. Not anymore. I have not done that in a long time. I usually do 2 to 3 hours. Okay, so the reset's in a couple hours, so if I decide to game and stream that long, I'll come back on and I'll get the next next 2 drops. So yeah, it is Tuesday today. So on Friday at reset, I will be able to promote Jay. So that's pretty awesome. See if any of this other junk sells. Alright, check storage. I honestly just cheat to get past V's parts, Rico. I really don't like playing as him. It's very boring, and it kills the replay value. You're constantly forced to play as him. I understand that, you know, they as a principle, they do need to, like, kind of force a character like that down your throat, otherwise no one would play him, but he just feels so half-finished. He's very boring. There are people that like him, and more power to them, but he really... I would have played that game a lot more in launch week if that was not he was not in the game, where I was not forced to play him. He has like a fourth of the options of all the other characters, and his progression stops like halfway through the game. He feels half finished. The other 2 characters feel like super polished, and they all got interesting new tools to work with that changes the way that they're played, even for people who did like thousands of hours in DMC4, and then V comes out and he has like nothing. And I gave that dude a chance, man, but he definitely ruined a lot of the fun for me. Alright, that's it on here. Playing as V is like playing as a DMC character without all the fun things that you play DMC for. That's my biggest issue with him. It's like, yeah, I can play him if I want, but I'm not playing DMC anymore. I'm playing a tab target MMO with minions that barely function and have like 3 moves and barely do what you tell them to. It's not enjoyable in the slightest. And occasionally you'll have like some cool sequences where on the regular enemies where he is fun to play, but the bosses are just an exercise in frustration. There are also battles of attrition as well because he barely does any damage. I can understand the pressure to add something really unorthodox like that to kind of shake up the formula of something that's been around for almost 20 years at this point, but I really don't think that was the way to do it. And if it was, he needed way more tools, and the demons need to actually do what you say. Like, it makes no sense to me that the second boss you fight with him, Garion, that the cat, Shadow, is basically useless on him, because every time that you summon him over there, he's too damn slow, and he's attacking the air because Garion is already like halfway across the field. So effectively on that fight, like half of your moveset is useless. It's not there. You can't use it. I used Cheat Engine to fight him with Nero, and it was actually a pretty enjoyable fight. Because you can actually just push a button and hit him, and you actually have tools to stay on him. V does not have that. All you can do is just shoot the pea shooter with Griffin and hope it hits. Alright, I think I'll play some Power Rangers, and then we'll see how things go there. Play a little Power Rangers, and then I think maybe I'll hop back on the PC and play some Fate Extella or Dynasty Warriors. Bear with me for a second. I need to switch cables around and everything. And I still would have bought this version even if the PC version was out, because it's portable and it runs and looks really great in portable mode. And the game, unlike 90% of the other fighting game ports on the Switch, like, you can actually play it with the base Joy-Con. They have like every King of Fighters game ever made on the Neo Geo on there, and like, good luck playing that on the Joy-Con, the base one. It's like impossible. How are you supposed to do like a Raging Storm motion on that crappy fake D-pad? So Power Rangers was actually designed. It doesn't have any motion commands, so I don't even have a base left Joy-Con anymore, but I'm very certain you could play it with that just fine. Such a massive oversight on that. That thing is terrible for platformers and fighting games. Everything else, it's probably okay, but you're into platformers and fighting games, both of which there's several dozen of already in just 2 years of the Switch, then best to get rid of that thing as soon as possible. The music's alright. I would have preferred something that doesn't sound so similar to Marvel Infinite. The music's just kind of there. Marvel Infinite, I think that was one of the things I hated the most about that game, is the music was awful. There was like 1 or 2 tracks in that game I can actually remember. The rest are all just generic, like, AAA blockbuster summer movie scores. The music was shit. That's like one of the best parts of a Versus game. I have no idea what to do with Gokai Yellow, but her assist is really good. People haven't been posting stuff for her in the Discord. Marvel Infinite had great gameplay. Capcom just needs to stop screwing around with Disney and just make a Capcom All-Stars game like this. Just give us the Marvel Infinite gameplay verbatim and just have no Marvel characters at all. It doesn't matter if Disney bought Fox, just don't bother with them anymore. We have tons of legacy characters already. They don't need Marvel. Laggy. Yo, that punish! Marvel Infinite's definitely my favorite fighting game this gen. It's just got done a raw deal. Okay, I'm gonna like reset the game. I have had it on for like pretty much since it came out, so I think it's like memory leaking or something. I wouldn't be surprised how much they rushed this game out of just like it memory leaks, because that match felt like really choppy. I had perfectly smooth matches earlier, so I don't think that was on my end. The thing I don't like about playing broken games like this is that people spend tons of time grinding out infinite combos and stuff, and then they're patched out in a week. It's like, I mean, you can piss off people and get easy rage quits, but it's still just a waste of time to grind out stuff like that. I hope it won't take longer than a week for them to fix all that stuff, but who knows?
3, 2,
This game's really rushed, buggy.
Three, two, one, fight!
Forgetting I can't block low because of the bug. I don't know how they did not catch that. Like, I think at some point in QA testing, someone would say, "Hey, blocking online doesn't work when you block low." Yeah, I'm definitely using this one. I keep trying to block low. can't block low! What? I call bullshit there. Why? He just like decided to not get hit by the super. I would have clutched that out too. That was bullshit. I'm sorry. That combo works every other time. I don't know why it didn't work then. No point in taking this game seriously if the can't block low and then all the infinites and stuff. It's fun to just play casually. I'm sure they'll fix it. Like, the release date for this was just like... It was supposed to be like next month at the earliest, and then they just randomly announced on their Twitter it was coming out today. I don't know why they did that. It's painfully obvious the game is missing a lot of content and polish. What's in the game is very fun, but it's just got a ton of issues and very lacking in content. But the core gameplay is very fun.
3, 2, 1, fight!
Yes, this is the Switch version. Which is probably going to be the lead platform because no one has an Xbox, and people who do still have an Xbox don't play Power Rangers games. I think like pretty much all the clips I've been seeing posted of combo videos and stuff throughout the day have been like 90% Switch and then like 10% Xbox. Yeah, but not everyone cares about Gore Porn 11. I don't care about that game. I really don't like NRS games, and now that they've made them even more gory and disgusting, I'm never going to play them. This is far more up my alley. I just wish they had not released it right now. As fun as it is to get it so soon, I need like at least another month or two of polish. There's no lobbies, there's no story mode, you can't invite your friends, and then blocking low is all bugged right now.
Yeah!
combo. Oh, you just fought me? Which one are you?
Three, two, one, fight!
Ah, good game. Yeah, I'm not taking this game seriously at all. It's like if I lose, it's whatever. I'll take it more seriously when they fix all the bugs, which who knows when that will be. I'm sure they're aware of it at this point, but getting patches through certification is always a nightmare, especially for smaller companies like Dev. So this game might be unable to block low and crazy infinite city for like a week. I just find it dumb that people are like grinding all that stuff out. It's like it's obviously going to be taken out. I'd rather just play the game honest and get as far as I can. I mean, in the old days, you could actually grind out stuff like that because it didn't get patched out, but those days are long gone. If this game was on PC already, they would have already patched it out within like an hour, I'm sure. Mirror match. Oh yeah, it's tons of fun. It just needs a lot of polish. And the game's really dirty right now with all the broken stuff people are doing, so I'm not particularly interested in dealing with all that right now. I'm trying to grind it out. Like, I'll just play until it gets to the point where that's all people doing, and then I'm just gonna wait for a patch. Yeah, man, keep this going. I know the Green Ranger has an infinite off his dive kick. I know that Deca Swan has one, which starts off a low, which makes it even more broken because you can't block it to bug. But I think that one is actually quite difficult to do. The Green Ranger one is basically you just mash B and C over and over. From what I've seen today, those are like the broken characters. But all of that stuff is bugs, so I don't know, that doesn't really mean anything. Jeez. Sort it out, man. Still don't understand how that mechanic works. Alright, I think it's gonna be the last match. I'm gonna play something else. Ugh.
Three, two, one, fight!
Actually, this guy's messed up too because you can't block low. All that stuff he's doing is like unblockable right now. That was a good match. You definitely had a good team composition. Alright, I think that's enough of that for now. I've played this quite a bit today. See if I got any more banners. Just pretend this is Gokai Yellow, because she was an awesome character. I'll go with this one. So I've had 22 ranked matches and I won 17. So I'm sitting around like 75% win rate. That's not bad considering how messed up the game is right now. Also, the tutorial in this game is really bad. I'm really disappointed in it. It doesn't help that, like, people that don't play fighting games are gonna think that the low attacks are unblockable when they're not supposed to be. You can't block anything low in this game, and the game doesn't even really tell you those fundamentals at all. It doesn't really go into depth about the whole active switch mechanic, which is a big part of the game. Both in like pressure and continuing combos, like none of that stuff is mentioned at all. I understand this is a low budget game, but Unist is also a low budget game, and that game teaches you like everything you need to know about the game systems, and then like just the fundamentals of playing fighting games. Really awesome stuff. That's why that game got into Evo. It definitely deserves it. I think it's definitely one of the worst things about this game. The tutorial basically just teaches you the basic actions. It doesn't teach you how to apply them. None of the advanced stuff is even mentioned at all. Which is kind of odd when the whole selling point for this game is, you know, it's Power Rangers. There hasn't been a good Power Rangers game in like 20 years. Over 20 years. And it's meant for like people who just like Power Rangers and people who like fighting games, but they did such a crap job actually teaching people the mechanics. Which is weird because, like, pretty much all the streams they did leading up to this game basically were teaching you all the mechanics, but it doesn't make sense to not have anything like that in the game that people are actually buying. We only had like a couple hundred people, maybe 1,000 tops, watching those streams. Probably averaging more around 400 to 600 viewers. So those people know how to play. That's why I know how to play, because I watched most of those streams. But the tutorial's crap. Hope that they'll iterate on that later on. Anyway, that's enough Power Rangers for now. Hopefully they'll say something about a patch soon. And as fun as the game is, it's also not fun when you know you're getting hit by stuff you wouldn't be, because you are blocking low, but the game doesn't register it. Alright, see what I want to do next before I sign off here. Let me fire up Steam. I think I'll switch back to PC. There's nothing else on here I really want to play at the moment. Dragon Mark for Death's supposed to have an update soon with the Season Pass content. I'm not entirely sure I care. Unless they add like some actual interesting gear that's not just more damage, I'm kind of just like done with that game. I can't say I was disappointed with it. It's just the game has not met its true potential. If the gear was more interesting, I definitely would have played a lot longer. And then they nerfed the way to just one-shot everything, so doing speedruns and stuff is a lot harder now too. All the gear in the game is just more damage, more stats. There's nothing interesting that like changes the way you play. And that really bores me really quickly. I like when I can actually make like fun builds and things like that. I don't mind those kinds of elements in action games. It just needs to be done well. And if everything is just 10% more damage, then I'm pretty much going to peace out really quickly. Unfortunately, a lot of gear-based games tend to just go towards that instead of actually making interesting things. It's funny that Dynasty Warriors 9 does a better job of letting you make cool builds and stuff than a lot of other games similar to that. Maybe I'll play that for a little bit. Yeah, I'll mess around with the hypotheticals. So let me go ahead and switch back to PC. It was a good Power Ranger session, but probably better to play that more when they fix it.
要所を叩くのだ。さあ参ろうぞ。よし、この地は我らが制したぞ。敵の要所を落とす。皆続け。今勢いを我らにあり。その姿勢をかけるまま後ろを攻め落とすのだ。
もう一息よ。パパッと過ぎちゃうでしょ。
目標が決まった。いざ進軍開始。力及ばずか。申し訳ございません。おのれ孫悟め、凄まじき勢いよ。ここは撤退するしかあるまい。南軍制圧まであとわずかだ。気を抜くな。劉備の動きに注意しつつ残りも抑えるぞ。周後期、常に勝ち続けるのみ。見事だ。その調子で奮戦せよ。やはりこの地を狙っている。皆縦に展開し、一方は孫悟に当たるのだ。あと少しで霊量を落とせるってのによ。自分が言えないぜ。霊量まで乗り出していたか。遅れを取っておれん。奴らを排撃するぞ。あの辺りを抑えておったの。者どもかかれ。我が輩の援護が必要とされているか。ならば速やかに向かうとしよう。一息に畳みかける。燃え上がれ。 我が心の炎よ。手はせぬぞ。敵の幼少をたたくのだ。さあ、参ろうぞ。今敵の幼少をたたくのだ。さあ、参ろうぞ。
Nah, not really. I've only been on for an hour. I did some closers, dailies, put some stuff on the auction house, and then I did about 45 minutes of Power Rangers, which is a very fun game, but also very buggy and messed up. And people have already found like 100% combos and infinites with a ton of the characters. You also cannot block low online. I do not know how they did not catch that, but it feels really odd and frustrating to play because you know that you're blocking low, and if someone does something low next to you, there's nothing you can do about it. So, I think I did like 10 or so just casual ranked matches. That was enough for me for today. I'm sure they probably already have a fix ready, but because putting patches on consoles is really crappy this generation, I'm sure it's probably gonna take like a week or more, which is what's crazy. I'll probably put up an overview for it in the morning. I don't feel like doing it right now. Pretty busy day. Quite tired. Just doing some gaming before I take my meds and crash. Yeah, it's a bug. It's not supposed to be like that. So not only is it frustrating to play against, it also builds really bad habits. And since I really like the core gameplay and I want to take it to a decent level, I kind of might just wait till they patch it. Apparently it's fine offline, so if you have like local friends to play it with, apparently it works fine. It's just some bug with the way the game is programmed online, which is really odd. I've never in my like 25 years of playing fighting games, actually longer than that, I've never really seen anything like that happen. There's usually like weird unblockable glitches in games and stuff, but not just straight up you can't block low. It's a very fun game, it's just the single player content's pretty bad too. The arcade mode's pretty boring because there's only 9 characters, and it's a 3-on-3 game, so you end up fighting the same characters over and over. But that's not exclusive to that game. Skullgirls, when that game came out, had the exact same problem. Skullgirls, the main difference in Skullgirls was that you didn't have to have a 3-on-3 team at all times. You could do 1-on-1 or 2-on-2. So that made it a little less repetitive, but the roster size definitely does directly affect the replay value. I think the new DLC is supposed to come out in April, so probably within the next 2 weeks. I have a vacation to pay for in May, so my gaming budget is going to be pretty tapped. So I bought the hypotheticals for this, and then the Bloody Palace is going to be coming out on DMC Live in a couple days, so I'll be playing that too. So $12 for a couple hours of content that people would like to see on the channel is pretty good. Going to be a pretty good deal for me. I have some IOU money from my parents for my birthday, but I don't know when I'll be getting that. I think most of my like ad revenue and stuff is going to go towards my trip. I sure as hell deserve a vacation. I have not missed a single day of videos in like, it has been like 2 years now. There was a period where I missed like 2 or 3 days because I was going through a really bad transitional period with my mental health medication. That's definitely a fun lab game. It's just people are already like posting all the clickbait infinites and stuff. It's like that stuff's obviously not going to stay in the game. People did the same thing with Dragon Ball Fighters and post like infinite combos and stuff, and then it gets patched out in like 5 days. It's like, why did you waste your time grinding out something like that? They're obviously not going to let you do that. That game is like a decently sized esport. They're not going to leave that kind of stuff in the game. It's fun, but people are assholes and they do them online and stuff. It's like not fun to be on the receiving end of that stuff. It's fun when you're playing with like people you actually know. Wow, I died even though I finished the mission because it took so damn long for them to stop talking. I'm not paying attention. I like how they were still talking like a minute after he died. Yeah, I'm not sure what the verdict is on the new patch. It just dropped like 3 hours ago. I just don't like how long the freaking matches are in that game. That's why I never took that game seriously. It's fun to play in small doses, but like a 3 out of 5 set was like, took like an hour. I think I went through like 8 or 10 matches on Power Rangers just now in like 40 minutes. It seems like that new patch on Dragon Ball that dropped today is supposed to address the massively, annoyingly long matches, but who knows. I think at this point, like the tournament organizers and stuff, they budget the most time for Dragon Ball Fighters over anything else. Even Street Fighter V, that game can also take a long time, but like they have the budget like as much time for that as they do like Melee. Melee, they have to budget like hours because that game takes an eternity to get anywhere. Especially when it's like two good players that can constantly keep recovering and getting back on the map. Dragon Ball is just like the blue life recovery and everything. It's so slow. What's nice about Power Rangers, what little bit I think I played like maybe 2 hours today, is that the basic combos do a ton of damage. Now the infinites and stuff that just kill you off one touch, all that stuff's going to be removed, so that's irrelevant, but like just basic intended high damage combos are like really easy, which means like the games are really short. I like that aspect of it. Like I get a lot less pissed off playing fighting games when the matches are not, they don't take forever. Dragon Ball brought out the worst in me. I get like really pissed off playing that game. Like BB Tag, I really like playing that game. I know people don't like how it's, you know, quote unquote dumbed down and stuff, but the matches are very short. It's very exciting to play. There was not such a huge commitment like when you lost. It was very easy to still just jump in and keep playing without being salty. I wish there were more modern fighting games that had that kind of design, but unfortunately there aren't. Yeah, I'm curious to see if that new patch will actually make the game faster. They did buff some of the characters I really wanted to play, like 17, but he was trash for so long and he's basically like completely irrelevant. We'll see. I'll definitely keep an eye on that. I don't know if I'll care about that game. I think Power Rangers and the BB Tag patch is going to be it for me for fighting games. What build am I running right now? I'm not sure. Pretty much just attack speed and flow attack, and then a little bit of Muso up so that I can use his Air Muso, which is one of the more fun ones. And a little bit of attack, and the rest is just random stuff. Yeah, I think I'm done on here for today. I'll do a more dedicated hypothetical stream. But we're probably going to get a patch for this game, maybe as soon as next week or the end of this week. So hopefully it'll add some more interesting stuff. The last patch was pretty boring. Just that big lightning bear that doesn't drop anything. Hopefully next month's patch will be better. So I'm kind of like not playing Dynasty Warriors 9 right now. Not that much, anyway. Hopefully the next patch will add some interesting new things to the game, and then I'll probably go through all the hypotheticals I bought. I can show you guys what hypotheticals I bought. Hold on. So I bought all the hypotheticals from last season except for Chen Gong, since I looked at the music list. He didn't particularly have any music I wanted to run in the game, so I skipped him. And then the hypotheticals for Season Pass 3 are supposed to be coming soon too. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting that, and then the second half of the weapons, probably within the next few weeks. So hopefully they'll give us some new stuff to play with. I'll check that out. But for now, I'm kind of like not playing it much. Next on the agenda is probably this game. It only takes like 6 hours to unlock everybody, finish all the stories and stuff. So I'll probably do that. However, it will most likely be on my Twitch stream because there's been talks of people getting copyright strikes for playing this game, which is dumb because it's a year old and the story is stupid. But the thing is, if you're streaming and you get a copyright strike, you lose your streaming privileges for like several months. So if I want to play this game on the channel, I'll have to just wait until I'm at post-game. Luckily, the post-game is very meaty. They give you tons of like non-story missions to go through and stuff. Maybe that is what I'll do tomorrow. I'll probably do closers. I'll do my daily on here. I may just do that off stream, and then I'll probably do some Power Rangers and Fate External Link. Yeah, Dead or Alive 6 seems to have had a pretty rocky launch too. There's like no lobbies, there's no tag mode, and then it's like a massive grind to get the costumes or whatever. And it has like a $98 season pass that's like, I think it's like 2 characters. It's like 2 characters and like a bunch of costumes. Like, who is actually going to buy that? I mean, DLC costumes in general, I barely consider to be content. I mean, if it's a character I enjoy using and it's like $2 or something, I don't mind that, but $98 of it, that's really pushing it. There's like barely any actual game content in that season pass. Actually, I'm curious now, exactly what is in it. I haven't really been following that game. Yeah, 2 characters and 62 costumes. Are you kidding me? What? 62 costumes and 2 characters. Holy crap. Wow. And people are complaining about the Dynasty Warriors 9 season pass. You know, the costumes are pointless, but the other stuff actually does add quite a bit to the game, especially if you like the character that got decloned. But this is just like 95% just frivolous, stupid stuff, like costumes. I wonder if they're going to let you buy this stuff like separately or what? Do you just have to buy it all wholesale? $15 costumes for Dissidia? Are you serious? $400 of DLC. What is happening to niche gaming, man? This stuff is just creeping into like everything I play. I'm all for buying content that like extends the life of the game that's made after it's released. That's always really cool to me, especially if it's good DLC. But when it's just all just stupid stuff like costumes and they're charging like $10 a pop, I can't get behind that. What even is all this stuff? Is this all just costumes? Why is it at mostly negative? Online matches are unplayable. Well, that will do it. No consistent frame rate. Peer-to-peer makes the game run very roughly. Controls are clunky. Well, those are pretty pressing issues for a game that's played online. So I guess that really bad reception is warranted. It's not just people shit posting like with Dynasty Warriors 9. So for me, April, I really don't think I'm buying anything. I don't think there's anything coming out. Katana Zero I might grab, but there's a high chance I can probably get a review key for this. I've been waiting for this game for years. It looks really fun. But that game's only going to be like $20, so that's just a drop in the bucket even for me. There's nothing else on here that has an actual release date. I was kind of interested in this, but for whatever reason it's locked at like 30 FPS. Yeah, I'm not going to pay $25 for a game locked at 30 FPS. I don't think there's anything coming out on the Switch that I particularly care about next month either. Let me go ahead and get the Switch store up. Hold on. Did I ever play Aces Wild? Yeah, I'm good friends with the person who made that game. That game was fun. He's working on a game called Citadel Deep, which is supposed to be like a 3D action roguelike. But it's made by one person, so you know how that goes. That game will be done when it's done. Not anytime soon. You could buy the Resident Evil ports, Switch taxed up to $30 when you can get it for like $6 on PC. I wonder if they're even good ports. I would hope they at least run at 60 FPS. Because I know like Resident Evil 4 port runs at 60 FPS on like trash PC. Like way weaker than the Switch. I would hope if they're charging that much for them that they would actually run well, but you never know with Switch ports. For every good Switch port, there's 10 terrible ones. Yeah, there's like nothing in here I'm gonna buy next month. It's like a barren wasteland. None of this stuff is interesting to me. I have this game on PC, it's pretty cool. If I see it runs at a lock 60, I might check that game out again. But the rest of this stuff, no. So I'll be working on the Dynasty Warriors 9 DLC, Bloody Palace on DMC5. I need to finish DMD before the patch drops. So I'll probably be working on that this week, but April's probably just going to be like backlogged games, projects I didn't finish, Dynasty Warriors 9 DLC I haven't gotten around to yet, and then Power Rangers when they fix the game. So I hope you guys will bear with me. This month was crazy for releases, but there's nothing I'm interested in March at all, or April at all. And I also have outstanding expenses. I need to buy my train ticket and my badge for my vacation. So Patreon and ad revenue is going to cover pretty much all of that, thankfully. But I won't really be doing anything big. No, I think I'm gonna go ahead and sign off there. I'm gonna go take my meds, have a snack, see if I can attempt to find somebody interesting streaming. And then I might come back with some more DMC5, maybe. Try to make some progress there. I got to the part where I need to play as V, and that just like completely killed my interest. So I think I'm just gonna fire up Cheat Engine and just put on like invincibility mode and get past his parts. And then maybe I'll record the rest. So yeah, thanks for watching. Might be back later tonight. We'll see. No promises. If not, in the morning.